Hello everyone, this is Mumbo and welcome back to another episode on the Hermitcraft server. It is episode 105 and I don't know if you can quite hear, and I know I always say this, whenever I'm slightly ill, I always mention the fact that I'm slightly ill and everyone always says that I sound exactly the same. To me, I sound really nasally, a little bit blocked up. I've definitely got a sore throat, so I might be a few octaves lower, but let me know down in the comment section if you can tell, because I feel like I'm really ill. However, it's that strange kind of illness where, you know, my nose is definitely blocked, okay? My nose is definitely completely full up with the stuff that fills your nose, and my throat is definitely sore, but I don't feel ill, which is really strange. It's like my immune system has just about kicked in and kept away all the nasty stuff. I've just got some of the strange side effects and things. But anywho, I thought I was well enough to record this Hermitcraft episode, so let's see how this goes. I'm currently recording this on Monday evening, which I know is generally when I do my live streams, but because everything is jumbled up at the minute with recording schedules and things, I thought I would use that time effectively to create a Hermitcraft episode. So I do apologise that there isn't going to be a Monday evening live stream this week. However, there was one last Friday, which was a lot of fun, and we actually got a ton of stuff done, and I'll be showing you that in the next couple seconds. But before we begin, I just want to mention that for those of you who don't know, I have now got myself Mumbo Jumbo merchandise. I announced this in the previous episode of Hermitcraft, but I only mentioned the fact that I had t-shirts, which just isn't the case. We have loads of merchandise. We've got t-shirts, we've got mugs, we've got mouse mats, we've got all sorts, and there's plenty more to come. Loads of special edition stuff, as well as other bits and pieces. Super excited for what the future holds for that one, and everyone so far is really happy with it. Everyone likes the price points, everyone likes the designs, everyone just seems super chuffed that I have got myself a proper merchandise system. So once again, a link to that one will be down in the description if you do want to check it out so that you can look dapper like me. But anyway, the first thing that I want to do in today's episode is quickly show you what I did in the Friday evening live stream. For those of you who watched it, unfortunately this is going to be a bit of a recap, but for those of you who missed it, first off, I created this bottom area here. So as you can see, this is all nice and fan-dangled. I think it's looking brilliant. It did take me a very long time to come up with this design, but I'm super happy with it. Also, we added in all of the pumpkins and filled in the bottom area with compressed ice, because beforehand, this side here was iron, and then over there it was compressed ice. People were getting angry down in the comment section, screaming away, and I thought, you know what, I can't be having that. We're going to have to fix all of that. So I did all of that. That's what we did in the live stream. It was a lot of fun. Thanks to everyone for joining me. My first live stream in ages. But anyway, moving on from all of that now, what are we actually going to do in today's episode? Well, first things first, I am going to be taking out all of these pumpkin fellas. As you guys know, Halloween has now passed. It was a lot of fun this year. Not such a big deal in the UK as it is in America, but I still had a good time. But I think the first thing that we've got to do is get rid of them, because otherwise, I think that's bad luck, isn't it? Leaving up your decorations late. Sugarcane, pillar, sugarcane, brick wall, sugarcane, pillar, sugarcane, brick wall. Please, no one remix that. That won't be a particularly good song. Sugarcane, pillar, sugarcane, brick wall, sugarcane, pillar, sugarcane, brick wall, sugarcane, pillar, sugarcane, brick wall. Here we go. Here it comes. Sugarcane, pillar, sugarcane, brick wall, sugarcane, pillar, sugarcane, brick wall, sugarcane, pillar, sugarcane, brick wall, sugarcane, pillar, sugarcane, sugarcane, pillar, sugarcane, brick wall, sugarcane, pillar, sugarcane, brick wall, sugarcane, pillar, sugarcane, brick wall. All of the sugarcane. There we go. Boats and hose. Boats and hose. Sugarcane there. Sugarcane there. Feels good. Boats and hose. Boats and hose. Sugarcane there. Sugarcane there. Boats and hose. Boats and hose. Sugarcane there. Sugarcane there. Feels good. Boats and hose. Boats and hose. Sugarcane there. Boats and hose. Boats and hose. Sugarcane there. Sugarcane there. Boats and hose. Boats and hose. Sugarcane there. Sugarcane nilla. Sugarcane. 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 This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. Yeah. And as far as I can tell, if we just pop up here, this should be the final pumpkin man. Goodbye, old friend. Halloween is now officially over. What comes next? We've got Bonfire Night, which is fireworks night in the UK. And then, of course, after that, we've got Christmas. Then we've got New Year. Pretty much all of these things involve either fireworks or lots of presents. So I suppose we have to have some form of decoration going on at some point for all of those events. But for now, we are completely unfestive in the base right now, which is fine by me. That's fine by me. The base looks absolutely fine without all of the festivities and things. So speaking of the base, what are we actually going to be doing now? Well, actually, what I thought we'd do is quickly pick up some bone meal from these chests over here, because I really want to bone meal my pumpkin farm. I want to get that thing done. I don't want to have to sit here worrying about when those things are going to grow. I think we should just get it done and dusted. And these are the last two, so there we go. That is everything bone meal. So now everything is 100% completed. We can say that this room is officially done. And one thing that I quickly want to do is I actually want to check out what sort of item drops we're getting right now. So let's make sure that we can get out of here. Obviously, all of this area is usually sealed off. So we'll take out all of those blocks and replace our iron there. Good stuff. Then we'll head over to our storage area. And first off, make sure that everything's working, because otherwise that would be really bad news. If there's nothing in there, then we've had a major error. But secondly, I want to see what sort of drops we've got. So it looks like it's working. We have got an armor stand and also tons of sugarcane. Would you look at that? That is, you know, about 12.5 stacks. That's insane. Right, let's check out the other side as well. Obviously, this is mostly going to be melons. Okay, we've got melons and one pumpkin as well, which is good to see. So, yeah, that is a thumbs up from me. That seems to be working absolutely wonderfully. Wow. We're going to have tons of this stuff, aren't we? I mean, this has been running for what? Maybe 2, 3, 4 days at a push. And it's produced that much. I'm going to need more storage. I'm definitely going to need more storage here. We have now quickly left the Hermitcraft server, and we're in my redstone testing world, my top secret redstone testing world, where I create all of my redstone designs. And down here, right on the very edge, we have got ourselves a new puzzle. Now, I created this in the Friday evening live stream, and I think it's really cool. It's going to be going in the jungle run, which we'll be doing later on in the episode, but I thought I'd quickly show you the design. Basically, it's just a little riddle type thing. So what we've got is we've got this sign here that says, water always takes path of least resistance. So we've got this little tube here, which is 3 blocks long, and then we've got this tube over here, which is 4 blocks long. And what it's essentially saying is make this water here go into this tube over here, and we're going to do that using this pressure plate. So we place the pressure plate on top of this, and you can see the water flows along. We get ourselves a redstone output, and then our pressure plate is picked up by the hopper, and everything is sorted. So that is the way that they're going to be able to move on to the next element of the puzzle. If they do that, then that will trigger the redstone output, run into some form of redstone door, and they'll move on into the next step. I've spent a very long time with friendly mob sounds off, simply because of that chicken farm over here. And I was walking past and I was like, what on earth is all of that noise? Then I remembered the little cat bin that we created. Benji's friends making a right racket. Okay, so we are now at the most recent part of the jungle run. You can see all of the redstone for our lava game over there. Then you can see all of the redstone for the lucky dip game up here. And also there's the reaction time mini game over there as well. So there's all sorts of stuff going on. And if you haven't seen this before, would highly suggest checking out the episodes, because I personally really like them. And I know a lot of you guys do as well. But now what we've got to do is we have got to clear out this area over here to make way for our new game that we are creating. And I think it's time for another mini time lapse. Alright guys, so this is our pretty gigantic room area. I have to say, I don't know why I decided to mine it right the way up to there. I mean, seriously, did we really need that much vertical space? Probably not, but it seemed like a good idea at the time because, of course, that means that it's in line with all of the stuff going on out here. I still don't fully understand why I did it, but we're going to move on from that, especially because I only had efficiency 4, and of course we don't have a beacon out here, which means that the mining process was just a tiny bit on the slow side, but it's still cool. I love doing mining and things because it means that I just bang on my tunes, I listen to my music, obviously record the time-lapse on my other screen. I have 3 screens, so I have one with the actual time-lapse footage, then one obviously the main footage, then I have my iTunes open on the left screen as well, so that I can jump between songs and things. Seriously, it's perfect for that sort of thing. But anyway, I guess now it's time to stop rambling on. We do have to light up this place, but I don't have any torches, so we're going to have to head off, pick up some torches and come back, and I'm sure it's going to be filled with mobs by that point. But let's get building, I suppose. I think it's time for that. Okay, I've got a little bit of a progress update for you guys. Nothing too special here, but I've basically set up our little rig thing. This is like the rig that we're going to be using here. So what we've got is in the center, we have got this hopper right here. Now this is where all of the water is going to be flowing down from, and I think we're going to use the vertical advantage that we have here to create like a big grand waterfall that flows down right the way from up at the top there, because I think that will look good. So that's going to land on this hopper here and is going to default to going over to this side because this is only 3 blocks, whereas this one is 4 blocks. Yes, 4 blocks. I can count correctly. Now, when the Hermit places the pressure plate on this hopper here, that will solve the problem. The water will run over to this side. We'll have a bud switch on that side. That will trigger some redstone, and that will be the whole machine done. So I just thought I'd show you this basic setup that we have for the different water distances and things. As you can see, we've used the full width of the room. So now I just need a few more decorative blocks, and we'll actually have quite a large amount of the project already done and dusted. Okay, so things are coming together now. You can see that stuff is going on. We have got some serious block placement happening. I've just noticed that I have built everything on the wrong layer, which is fine. It's fine, we can deal with that. I suppose it just means that this is going to be floor level, whereas I thought that was going to be floor level, but that's fine, we're going to deal with that. But as you can see, yeah, we've got the standard sort of jumbly design that I've been using throughout quite a large amount of the jungle run. You can probably see it in action over here. Yes, that's it going on there. And I thought I'd go for like a slightly more ordered one here. So you can see we've got the half slabs at the top and bottom. Then we just have the cobblestone dotted throughout. Now I'm going to add some torches in just to add a little bit of light to those corners there. Running really low on glowstone and things. So I'm going to have to make a trip to the witch farm at some point, especially before all of those guys break in Minecraft 1.9, which will be quite stressful. It means that we're all going to have to rebuild the witch farms, which is fun. That'll be a fun project. I mean, that was great fun doing it way back on the start of the server, so I'm sure it'll be fun once again, even if it is a little bit disappointing. But let's face it, wings. Okay, that's all we have to think about. Minecraft 1.9 brings the wings, and that's really all I care about, to be honest with you. I cannot wait to just fly around in the amplified terrain. It's going to be the bee's knees. I'm so excited for that. I can't wait to get all of the hermits together. We're probably going to do some crazy flying courses and things. Oh, I can't wait. I seriously can't wait for the day that the server gets updated. But anyway, as you can see, we have got both sides in place now. We have got our little fountain in place as well, and it's looking fantastic in my opinion. Actually, I think it looks really good. I'll just add some half slabs in around this bit here. We haven't quite used all of the available space, but that's absolutely fine. Of course, we are going to decorate the rest of the room, but for now, this is what the front of it looks like, and that looks grand, doesn't it? How grand does that look? Wow, it looks like something out of Indiana Jones. That's amazing. So sadly, due to the fact that we've got a ton of redstone up at the top here, I've actually had to do a slightly different style with this one. You can see that we've got some iron going on, but I've made sure that it's symmetrical. I don't know if I'm 100% sold on this one. It's alright, actually. It's not quite as bad as I thought it was going to be. Perhaps we could add some glowstone in the middle and basically make it look like, I don't know, a design feature, I suppose you could say. Oh, building around redstone contraptions is often one of the most challenging things you can do in Minecraft. I mean, I find building hard enough as it is, let alone trying to build around all of the crazy fandangle redstone that I'm building as well. But anyway, as you can see, we have got a block stuck inside the block there, but that's what we've got going on for the back wall. And I'm scratching my head a little bit because I don't really know what to say about that one. Hopefully the hermits just come in and they never turn around is what I'll say there. Hopefully they never look at this wall. They never even take notice of the fact that it isn't quite as good as the rest of the room. That's what mentality I'm going to apply with this one, because sadly I can't really think of any better ways to actually do this one. Alright, here comes the moment of truth. I have placed in the ceiling and I don't know. I've been trying and messing around with this for so long now that I have no idea what looks good. I've placed in about 4 ceilings now. Let's do the old crowd favourite. Let's do the old crowd favourite of placing dents in the ceiling. That seems to be like a popular thing to do in builds. I know that you can see through those half slabs, but this is like a dramatic reconstruction that I'm just doing here. I mean, is it helping? I don't know if it is, really. I really don't know if it is. I seem to have just lost it. I haven't been playing, you know, as you guys know, over the past month or so, been playing less Minecraft than I usually would. Have I just completely lost what little building skill that I had? Maybe I have. It could have happened. That could be entirely the case, because I seem to just really be struggling today. Let's fill in these gaps here and see if that makes any difference. See, look, I can't even place blocks correctly. It's driving me crazy. Right, there's that. And then maybe some slabs there. Oh, I don't know what to say, guys. I don't know what to say. I don't know if I'm the biggest fan of this. Obviously, let me know down in the comment section what you think to it. That's always a good idea. It's always a good shout for you guys to do that, because you tend to know what looks good when I do not. So please let me know down in the comment section. Obviously, don't be too mean. Don't be too ridiculously mean. I mean, I think that looks okay, to be fair to you. It doesn't look too bad now. But yeah, I still don't really know if I'm feeling it particularly. But anyway, we need to stop designing things and getting our building hat on, because we've still got some redstone to do. We need to link up all the redstone for this build, which shouldn't take too long. But that's all got to go on behind this area here. So I thought I would show you me doing all of the redstone live on camera, so that you can see how to build this for yourself. So these 2 pistons here are on either side of our water fountain. Our water fountain is right there. This is what's going to reset the entire mechanism, but there's that. So that redstone dot there is of course going to power those 2 pistons, which is good. And then over here, what we're going to do is we are quite simply going to create a block update detector, or a bud switch. And the way that we're going to do that is we're just going to place redstone block like that, and this is going to be a block update detector that stays on. Now, I don't really know, I think they're called T-buds. I think that's like their official name. I used to call them T-buds anyway, or like T-flops, bud flops, things like that. But essentially, if we cause this thing a block update now, you'll see that it will ooh, okay, maybe not. Maybe not. This is that's very bizarre. Give me a second. Right, let's try it this way. And then we'll need the block there. That should now be a T-bud. Yes, okay, there we go. So we had the bud switch originally, which is one that pulsed, and now we have a T-bud or a bud flop. I prefer the name bud flop. I think bud flop sounds better. And what that's going to do is that's going to run out into this redstone here, which will then power everything when it receives an update, which of course is going to be the water flowing down. So that is actually the entire thing completed. We'll quickly fill in this hole, make sure that none of the water can flow out into the redstone, so we can just cover up this area here. And let's just give it a bash. We've got some stones, so we can make ourselves a pressure plate. And let's just chuck that down. So the way that we solve this problem is we place the pressure plate right there. That will redirect the water flow, and then that's reset the mechanism. And yes, okay, that's it. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a redstone output from this T-bud right here, this bud flop. And yeah, we're going to take the redstone output right from there. And that's it. That's going to run it into some form of doorway that's either going to be over here or over here. And we will be working on that in the next episode, because unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, because I have been very disorganized with my building today, and I've basically rebuilt everything multiple times and all that sort of thing, unfortunately, we are all out of time. I hope you enjoyed today's Hermitcraft episode. I've had a lot of fun, and we have made a decent amount of progress both inside the base and also inside the jungle run as well. This thing is working like a charm, as you can see, which is excellent. So that's a brilliant puzzle for all of the hermits. But anyway, if you have enjoyed, please be sure to hit that like button, and if you really loved it, then make sure to subscribe. But thanks for watching, guys. This has been Mumbo, and I'm out. I'll see you later.